and immovable objects colliding, creating something new. Earth and all its potential wonder. Outlast, outlive Toyota trucks.
For the Baltimore Bridge collapse.
It found a lack of risk evaluations before the incident contributed to the Francis Scott Key Bridge collapse last year. The Transportation Authority said the Dolly container ship is solely to blame for the collapse.
Here's Fox's Shannon Bream reporting. Canada's new prime minister announces national elections for April the 28th. It makes it clear what one of the major issues will be, and that is America's president.
Speaking in Ottawa, Mark Carney made it very clear about where he stands on relations with the United States.
We are facing the most significant crisis of our lifetimes because of President Trump's unjustified trade actions and his threats to our sovereignty.
President Trump has enacted 25% tariffs on imported Canadian steel and aluminum. He's also repeatedly called for the country to become America's 51st state. Carney will face conservative leader Pierre Poilievre in the Canadian election.
Here's Fox's Kevin Uratsky. A winning Powerball ticket was sold right here in the Miami Valley.
One person in Troy won $150,000 with 4 of 5 winning numbers, the Powerball and the Power Play multiplier from the Saturday night drawing. The winning ticket was sold at the Shell on East Staunton Road in Troy, though no one won the $444 million jackpot. The next drawing will be today with an estimated jackpot of $461 million.
That is WHIO's Christine Bellino reporting. WHIO News Time 519.
And this is Miami Valley's Morning News. I'm Larry Hansgen. Our 5-day extended forecast, something we're proud to present 4 times an hour each morning, with Storm Center 7 meteorologist Brittany Ritz.
Starting off this morning in the 30s and 40s, winds have picked up speed, and that wind part of the reason why we get to warm up this afternoon, plus the little bit of sunshine that we do get. We'll call it mostly sunny to partly cloudy. 54, by the way, that's our normal high. 36 overnight and into tomorrow morning. 53 tomorrow afternoon. The front half of your day, you're dodging showers. Not a complete washout, but it's just a nuisance rain. 49 on Wednesday, gradually clearing out the skies. We'll call it partly cloudy on Thursday, back up near 60 and near 70 on Friday with increasing rain chances.
Our live Doppler 7 radar is clear. We've got 37 in Springfield, 38 in Kettering, and 38 at Dayton Severe Weather Station.
This traffic report is sponsored by Grismer Tire and Auto Service. Expert brake repair you can trust. Make sure you can stop when you need to the most. Get a little peace of mind by making an appointment today with your trusted brake repair experts at GrismerTire.com.
An update with our traffic expert, Jake Magnato.
Checking out interstate cameras, nothing caught my eye. I'm also not hearing about any crashes, so we still have a nice start to our Monday morning drive across the area. I'm Jake Magnato.
Well, Dairy Queen celebrating their 85th anniversary by offering 85-cent blizzards with a $1 purchase. The promotion runs for 2 weeks and coincides with the launch of summer-themed blizzard flavors, including mixing bowl matchup and dipped strawberry cheesecake. The deal starts today. And still to come, how screen time affects eye health. Our in-depth impact story coming up in 2 minutes. WHIO News Time is 5:21.
Skyline is now serving up Mike's Hot Honey Conies and Ways. For a limited time, you can order your Skyline favorites with a drizzle of Mike's Hot Honey Extra Hot. It's pure honey blended with chili peppers for the perfect combination of sweet and heat. Proof that some things are just better together. Mike's Hot Honey Conies and Ways are only at participating Skyline restaurants while supplies last. So come to Skyline today and get your Mike's Hot Honey Conies and Ways.
WHIO is Dayton's #1 weather station. You'll hear the severe weather updates several times an hour with our team led by meteorologist Austin Cheney. 1290 and 95.7 WHIO. Depend on.
How do you gain a good reputation? By consistently doing the best you can and outperforming the competition. Dayton Door Sales has a reputation for the quality of their garage door installation and repair. Of course, quality depends as much on people as materials. And Dayton Door Sales employs only experienced professional installers and technicians. See for yourself why Dayton Door Sales is the region's leader for garage door service and installation at DaytonDoorSales.com. Integrity, value, experience. That's Dayton Door Sales.
Hi, this is Larry Hansgen. It's amazing to consider all the things that are affected by the water quality in your home. Hair and skin, plumbing and appliances, laundry, and even the food you feed your family. I trust the water experts at Integrity Water Solutions, and you can too. They offer solutions to raise your water score so you can have the quality of water you want for your home and family. Visit Integrity Water Solutions at integritywtr.com and raise your water score.
Craving something freaking awesome? Indulge in a delicious 3-for-all. That's your choice of 2 sliders, crispy golden Brucity fries, and boneless frickin' chicken wings, all for just $12.99. Perfect for sharing or keep it all for yourself. No judgment. Enjoy a personal pitcher of ice-cold domestic draft for only $6.99. Enjoy all the games, Frickers 3-for-all, and an ice-cold pitcher of domestic draft. Your neighborhood home for fun, food, sports, and spirits, Frickers has it all. Dine in, carry out, or order online at frickers.com today. This is a Consumer Warrior Clark Howard Minute.
Okay, so you've heard me say over and over again over the years why I despise gift cards for so many different reasons. But right now it's even more relevant because so many retailers are gonna fail this year. So many restaurants repeatedly. Restaurant business is a tough business, and you have a gift card from a restaurant. What happens? You hesitate, you don't use it right away. Restaurant may not be there anymore. But the retailers are the big area that's gonna have a lot of failures this year. A lot of people complaining that Joann's gift cards went up, poof, and smoke, worthless. So know that getting a gift card, you get one, use it right away before you're going to regret it. And if you're thinking of giving somebody a gift card, remember, you may be giving them fool's gold.
Clark is WHIO's Consumer Warrior, and you can hear him during Miami Valley's Morning News on WHIO.
Thanks for joining us on this Monday, March 24th.
I want you to rest well, and a month from now, this Hollywood big shot's gonna give you what you want.
Too late. They start shooting in a week.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
Yeah, it was this date, 1972. The Godfather opened in theaters. We got 38 degrees now at 524.
Love at 24 minutes after 5 o'clock. I'm Jeremy Ratliff. There's some sad news this morning. Former U.S. Representative Mia Love of Utah has passed away.
Love was a daughter of Haitian immigrants who became the first black Republican woman elected to Congress. She died yesterday at the age of 49. Love had been undergoing treatment for brain cancer prior to her death.
And it's WHIO's Will Taylor reporting. And here is a WHIO Impact story, which means we go in-depth on a major story every hour. Well, at your office job, you may want to consider the impact staring at a computer screen could have on your eyes.
March is Workplace Eye Wellness Month. At the University of North Carolina, the School of Medicine's ophthalmology department writes that workers with desk jobs deal increasingly with digital eye strain from extended periods in front of screens. The school suggests several tips to help with workplace eye wellness, including taking breaks or the 20-20-20 rule, which is setting a timer as a reminder to look 20 feet away every 20 minutes for 20 seconds, and practice eye ergonomics. Sit about an arm's length away from your screen and adjust the brightness and contrast so it feels comfortable.
That is Fox's Lisa Brady reporting. So were you there? The Air Force Museum hosting an event Saturday to educate visitors on the parallels between space and deep sea exploration.
The museum's special exhibit, Ocean Expo, is on display until the end of April. At the exhibit, guests can learn about the technology and discovery of those who study oceans and space. Ocean Experience is a traveling exhibition based on the National Geographic series Ocean Explorers. The series follows a team of scientists exploring the deep ocean.
That is WHIO's Rich Jones. And today, Governor Mike DeWine will be here in the Miami Valley at an elementary school, West Carrollton.
The governor will be visiting Schnell Elementary School. It's part of a new effort to recognize Ohio schools that are raising literacy achievement.
That is News Center 7's Taylor Robertson.
This is WHIO Continuing News.
Out of 182 spots, 2 Ohio cities placed in the bottom 10 for America's happiest cities.
Toledo came in as number 177, and Cleveland ranked last on the list at 182. The list was determined by emotional and physical well-being, income and employment, and community and environment.
That is WHIO's Ian James, Fremont, California, ranked at number 1. WHIO News Time 526.
And this is Miami Valley's Morning News. I'm Larry Hanskin. Try to get you ready for a Monday. I know you're trying to, get back into the swing of things after the weekend. Well, we got the weather, traffic, and news to start this day, and we'll help you out on your drive home this afternoon as well. When you listen to Sean Hannity today from 3 to 5. Time now for the Sean Morning Minute.
Turn up your radio. Here's the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
Why do people have this faith in their government? I don't know. How did that Obamacare thing work out for people? Because the promise was you're going to keep your doctor, keep your plan, and the average family will save $2,500 per year per family. It ended up being millions of Americans lost their doctors, millions lost their plans, and on average we're paying, 250 to 300% more for our premiums for inferior care. And over 40% of the country has one Obamacare exchange option. That didn't work out too well. And we've got to rethink how we do things. And we've got to look at things anew. $36,000 a year per student? Are you kidding me? On education?
Check out the Sean Hannity radio show later today, right here.
At KeyBank, we know a small moment like,
what's it like to have a yard?
Can lead to an even bigger question like,
am I ready to buy a home?
And that's the type of moment where we'll meet you, prepared to talk about everything you need to know when applying for a mortgage, so you can try to turn those backyard dreams into reality. Paul?
Yes?
Question. Are you a hammock person?
I think I might be.
For every financial need, we'll meet you in the moment. KeyBank opens doors. NMLS 399797, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey, Dad, how do airplanes fly? What's in this box? Can I touch this? Where does sand come from? Is this tree good for climbing? What happens if I mix these two things together? How are babies made? What does this thing do?
Kids are curious about everything, including guns. Talking to them about gun safety in your home is a good first step, but you can do more. Always keep your guns locked, unloaded, and stored separately from ammunition. Storing your guns securely is the best way to prevent family fire, including unintentional shootings. For more information on safe gun storage and ways to keep your family safe, visit endfamilyfire.org. That's endfamilyfire.org.
What do we keep in the attic? What's this thing called? Can I ride my bike backwards?
Like I said, kids are curious. It's up to us to keep them safe. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the ad.
WHIO, Dayton, Springfield. Celebrating our 90th year as the Miami Valley's leading news station. Weather, traffic, and breaking news starts now.
Good morning, it's 5:30. I'm Larry Hanskin, and welcome to Miami Valley's Morning News. We are live on Monday, March 24th. We've got 38 degrees in Dayton. Here are the big three things you need to know. And mostly sunny, breezy today. Winds gusting up to 40 miles an hour and a high in the mid-50s. President Trump sending a delegation to Greenland this week. And our top story, a weak and frail Pope Francis has returned home to the Vatican from the hospital.
That's right, Larry. This after a 5-week life-threatening bout of pneumonia. WHIO's Will Taylor continues our team coverage.
The motorcade carrying the 88-year-old Pope entered the gate entrance to Vatican City, and Francis was seen wearing nasal tubes for supplemental oxygen. During the trip home from the hospital, Francis took a slight detour to the St. Mary Major Basilica, where his favorite icon of the Madonna is located and where he always goes to pray after a foreign visit. His return home brought relief after fears that his illness could be fatal or lead to another papal resignation.
Yeah, of course, you can stay tuned for updates on this developing story right here on the home of breaking news, 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
A few more rounds of rain expected within your next 7 days. I'm Storm Center 7 meteorologist Britley Ritz, timing out the rain chances and talking about how much you can expect.
A good start to the morning drive on our interstates. No accidents to report. I'm Jake Magnotta with Dayton's most frequent traffic.
I'm Larry Hanskin. This is Miami Valley's Morning News, sponsored by Russell Total Wealth and Wellness.
And I'm Jeremy Ratliff. Well, the State Highway Patrol's new air division will be housed in Clark County.
The Advanced Air Mobility Division will feature new aircraft that can take off and land vertically and won't have a need for long runways. ODOT's AAM division will be at the National Advanced Air Mobility Center of Excellence in Springfield.
That is WHIO's Ron Otto reporting. The patrol says it will be using the aircraft for small package delivery, including medical packages to larger cargo and passenger transport. In Greene County, a new shoe store is coming to a shopping center.
Skechers is planning to open a store at the Rex Center in Beaver Creek later this year, according to a spokesperson for the company. Skechers sells a variety of shoes, clothing, and accessories for adults and children. An official opening date has not been announced.
That is WHIO's Rich Jones. A car crashed into a bank drive-thru in Miami Township yesterday afternoon.
The crash happened at First Financial Bank on West Alex Bell Road just before noon. Video shows a black car up against one of the barriers on the side of the building. A delivery chute machine in the drive-thru was also damaged.
That is News Center 7's Taylor Robertson. The Ohio State Patrol has identified the man who was killed in a Greene County crash Friday evening.
State Patrol troopers responded to the scene of West Valley Paintersville Road and State Route 380 on reports of a two-vehicle crash. 28-year-old Thomas Cross died at the scene. 4 other victims were taken to a local hospital with minor injuries.
That is WHIO's Ian James reporting. One Tesla protest was interrupted over the weekend after a man drove his car into protesters.
It happened in Florida. A man identified as Andrew Doodle reportedly had enough of the protests outside a Tesla dealership in Palm Beach County. And according to the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office, drove his car up and on the sidewalk full of protesters at slow speed, forcing them to get out of the way. Doodle was arrested and faces an assault charge. This was just one of several protests at Tesla locations over the weekend.
That is Fox's Ted Linder reporting. Snow White debuts in first place at the weekend box office.
Snow White opening in theaters with $43 million in North American ticket sales. The film starring Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot is a live-action remake of the Walt Disney animated classic.
That is Fox's Sue Guzman reporting. And this one grabbed my attention this morning. Coffee prices on the rise in the U.S. thanks to a number of global factors.
Many Americans rely on their cup of joe to get going in the morning, but they can also expect to pay a little bit more for it than usual. In February, the average price of ground roast coffee rose to a record high of $7.25 a pound, according to government data. And green bean coffee exports from Brazil fell more than 11% in December due to severe droughts and frost. Plus, coffee demand is growing in China. President Trump's threatened tariffs on Brazil, prompting the National Coffee Association to call on him to make an exception, fearing coffee prices will rise up to 50% when the tariffs go into effect next month.
That is Fox's Sue Guzman reporting. WHIO News Time, 5:35.
I'm Larry Hansgen. This is Miami Valley's Morning News. And over the weekend, former heavyweight champ George Foreman passed away at the age of 76. In a 2005 interview, he talked about the out-of-the-ring fame that came with his eponymous grill.
When you go to the airport sometime and people stop and say, George, we love the grill. That's greater than them telling me, George, you did a good job becoming a heavyweight champ of the world.
And still to come on Miami Valley's Morning News, a new restaurant in an old Frisch's location in Miamisburg. We've got that story coming up in 2 minutes. WHIO News Time, 5:36.
WHIO's Brian Kilmeade here. I am coming to Dayton at the Victoria Theater Saturday, June 21st. Buy your tickets now at DaytonLive.org. Part of the WHIO 90th anniversary celebration. AM 1290 and 95.7 FM. Dayton's weather, traffic, and Fox News State.
At KeyBank, we know a small moment like,
What's it like to have a yard?
Can lead to an even bigger question like,
Am I ready to buy a home?
And that's the type of moment where we'll meet you, prepared to talk about everything you need to know when applying for a mortgage, so you can try to turn those backyard dreams into reality. Paul?
Yes?
Question. Are you a hammock person?
You know, I think I might be.
For every financial need, we'll meet you in the moment. KeyBank opens doors. NMLS 399797, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, this is Larry Hansgen for Vandalia Blacktop and Seal Coating, celebrating 49 years serving Miami Valley businesses and homeowners. Using a modern fleet of equipment, their full-time employees are experts at all areas of asphalt projects, including excavation and grading, compaction, seal coating, and striping. Part of the curb appeal of your home is the driveway. The first impression of your business is the parking lot. Look to Vandalia Blacktop and Seal Coating for all your commercial and residential asphalt projects. Learn more online at VandaliaBlacktop.com.
Elevate your kitchen or bathroom with breathtaking countertops from Stone Center of Dayton. Explore our large indoor inventory of granite and quartz, and now featuring a large selection of quartzites. We're locally owned and operated and offer in-house design help. Visit us at stonecenterofdayton.com.
Are you tired of dealing with the same health problems like headaches and back pain and still only utilizing a Band-Aid to cover up the symptoms? Then tune into Living the Full Life, where Dr. Juan explains how to get to the root cause of the problem and fix it. Saturdays from 9 to 10 a.m. on WHIO Radio.
Tune in to WHIO Radio for all your live UD Flyer basketball, sponsored in part by Premier Health. Prof is proud to be the official healthcare provider for UD Athletics. Learn more at premierhealth.com/UD.
This is a Consumer Warrior Clark Howard Minute.
All right, you want some comedy in your day? There's a new study that found that Americans say that we're driving more dangerously than we did in the past. Really? Okay, what did you see today? You seen somebody on the freeway change 4 lanes all at once? See somebody weaving in and out? All the craziness we see all the time. So get this if then. Auto insurance rates have been going up so much because cost of repairing the vehicles, body shop work more expensive, getting the parts more expensive, but mainly it's because people are driving more aggressively. So the assignment for you and me is we got to back it off. We got to settle down on the road. If people are driving crazy around us, give them extra space. I leave as much room as I can on a multi-lane freeway. I never want to be boxed in on my left and my right.
Clark is WHIO's Consumer Warrior, and you can hear him during Miami Valley's Morning News on WHIO. Breaking news all morning. The Storm Center 7 forecast to start your day and triple team traffic. Miami Valley's Morning News continues on WHIO.
Morning, I'm Larry Hansgen. Compared to yesterday, a decent day weather-wise, but still not real spring-like as temperatures will reach the mid-50s. Right now, 38 at 5:38.
And that is 38 minutes here after 5 o'clock. I'm Jeremy Ratliff. Well, the Big Boy Restaurant Group announced it will open a restaurant in a former Frisch's location in the Miami Valley.
The company says Dolly's Burgers and Shakes will be at the old Frisch's location on Springboro Pike in Miamisburg on March 24th at 7 a.m. The restaurant's title is still in the works as Frisch's Big Boy has blocked the original name, claiming it infringes on its territory and branding.
That is WHIO's Ian James reporting. Bringing you up to speed on what's happening in the Middle East. Israeli strikes across the Gaza Strip have killed at least 25 Palestinians, including several women and children. That's according to 3 hospitals.
Strikes came nearly a week after Israel ended its ceasefire with Hamas with a surprise bombardment that killed hundreds. Meanwhile, officials say Egypt has introduced a new proposal to try and get the Israel-Hamas ceasefire back on track.
That is WHIO's Will Taylor. The U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi says she plans to fight a federal judge's request for information on deportation flights to El Salvador. Fox's Colonel Scott reports.
Attorney General Bondi said she wants to block U.S. District Judge James Boasberg from seeing information on flights that took alleged Tren de Aragua gang members to El Salvador. Judge Boasberg ordered the flights turned around, but they weren't. AG Bondi on Fox's Sunday Morning Feature said the judge wants facts he can't have.
He's trying to ask us about national security information, which he is absolutely not entitled to. We are appealing. We will be in court Monday again.
U.S. Attorney Bondi says she believes the 1798 Alien Enemies Act permits such deportations, and any information on the flights could be protected as state secrets. The Trump administration has fired employees in the Justice Department and the FBI that were involved in the federal cases against the president. And FBI Director Kash Patel promised on Fox's Sunday Night in America he will continue to go after those who harm our country.
We are going to have an absolute zero tolerance level, and we are not going to be hypocrites here. If there's someone in this building or in this mission that is doing harm to the American public, then the American public is going to hear about it.
Now, critics argue the Trump administration is politicizing the Justice Department by targeting those employees, claiming those firings are out of revenge.
This is WHIO Continuing News.
And Wright State awarded scholarships to the winners of the Big Hoopla STEM Challenge.
12 high school students won full in-state tuition at the event. The university partnered with the Big Hoopla, which was in town for the first 4, to help introduce students to STEM concepts through different activities and demonstrations.
That is News Center 7's Cheryl McHenry. WHIO News Time 541.
And this is Miami Valley's Morning News. I'm Larry Hansgen as we're taking a look at our 5-day forecast now, a Dayton Radio exclusive, sponsored by Enterprise Roofing. Enterprise Roofing has been repairing and replacing Dayton roofs for nearly 100 years. For a free assessment, visit enterpriserfg.com. Here's Storm Center 7 meteorologist Brittany Ritz.
54 this afternoon and windy. Some sunshine going a long way, getting us back up to normal. 36 overnight. Rain on the front half of your Tuesday. Don't expect much, just a few showers as we hit 53 that afternoon. Down to 32 for Wednesday morning and 49 degrees after that front passes by. It'll take a moment to clear out the skies, and we'll do so by Thursday, seeing some sunshine and switch the winds back to the south, getting us up to a whopping high of 59. By Friday, we'll increase the rain chances yet again, but hey, at least we're getting close to 70 degrees.
Well, our live Doppler 7 radar is clear, and we've got 37 in Springfield, 38 in Troy, 38 at Dayton Severe Weather Station.
This traffic report is sponsored by Grismer Tire and Auto Service. Refresh your ride with brand new tires at unbeatable prices. Plus, buy 4 new tires and get 4 free oil changes, an additional $300 value. Make an appointment today at GrismerTire.com.
An update with our traffic expert, Jake Magnotta.
I did hear about a possible car fire a few minutes ago, but on the camera, it doesn't look like it is creating much of an issue traffic-wise. This is 675 North. Sounds like it's right around the area of Route 35 in Beaver Creek. I'm Jake Magnotta.
Well, morning breath is caused by dehydration, poor oral hygiene, and acid reflux disease. Now, if you want to prevent morning breath, try drinking green tea before bed or rinsing with baking soda after brushing, and then have some coconut oil or eat an apple to freshen your breath in the morning. And still to come, a busy ramp on I-75 is going to be closed for months. That story in 3 minutes. WHIO News Time, 5:43.
This is the Miami Valley's home for Fox News. WHIO.
Belmont Coin and Jewelry is looking to buy large estates and inheritances, any gold and silver coin collections, and gold and diamond jewelry and watches. Please see Belmont Coin and Jewelry today at 2749 Wilmington Pike in Kettering.
My Skyline order has always been the same. 3 cheese conies, no onion, no mustard. But the other day, a friend got me to try one with everything on it. It was amazing. That little dash of mustard and the snap of those diced onions just blew me away. I didn't know what I was missing. From now on, when I go to Skyline, it's 3 cheese conies all the way, with a side of chili cheese fries. How do you like your Skyline conies? Feeling good. It's Skyline time.
How do you gain a good reputation? By consistently doing the best you can and outperforming the competition. Dayton Door Sales has a reputation for the quality of their garage door installation and repair. Of course, quality depends as much on people as materials. And Dayton Door Sales employs only experienced professional installers and technicians. See for yourself why Dayton Door Sales is the region's leader for garage door service and installation at DaytonDoorSales.com. Integrity, value, experience. That's Dayton Door Sales.
When you think of the most exciting team in Dayton, it's okay if you don't think of the doctors and therapists at Premier Health. We don't have jerseys or trading cards. We don't get primetime coverage. We don't sell out arenas, have good drip, or autograph sessions. We're just happy to be your team's favorite team.
All the local news notifications you need.
For kids today, we have dozens of schools closing early due to the storm.
All the local emergency weather information you need.
Standing by for another update on this huge storm about ready to hit the Miami Valley.
All the local traffic red alerts you need.
I-75 is closed in both directions. You could be sitting here for over an hour.
Download the WHIO app, Dayton's #1 local news app. Download it today. Dayton's News and Talk is WHIO.
That means we're talking about what you're talking about. Miami Valley's morning news continues on WHIO.
547, I'm Larry Hansgen, 38 degrees in Dayton. Big 3 things you need to know. Mostly sunny and breezy today, a high of mid-50s. UD begins demolition of Chaminade Hall this week, and our top story, the Pope released from the hospital.
And before leaving the hospital, Larry, after treatment for severe pneumonia, 88-year-old Pope Francis made his first public appearance in 5 weeks. He gave a Sunday blessing from his 10th floor suite at that Rome hospital before heading back to the Vatican.
Signore, con I fiori gialli.
His doctor says he should fully recover if his steady progress continues. Starting today, a busy ramp on I-75 in Montgomery County will be closed for 2 months.
The Needmore Road ramp to I-75 South in Harrison Township will close for 2 months. Ohio Department of Transportation crews will work on repairs between Needmore and Leo Street during the closure. ODOT says the ramp from Wagner Ford to I-75 South is also closed, but expected to be reopened in June. Drivers who use the Needmore ramp can get on the interstate at the Stanley Avenue ramp.
That is News Center 7's Taylor Robertson. Of the Dayton International Airport is rolling out a new AI parking technology this week.
The airport announced they're teaming up with Metropolis and that travelers will be able to handle parking through their app. The director for the airport says the services will allow people to save time and help make the journey as smooth as possible.
That is WHIO's Ian James reporting. We've learned that a Montgomery County man was sentenced Thursday after choking and beating a woman for several hours.
55-year-old Michael D. Curry is now behind bars after allegedly kidnapping and assaulting a woman, including refusing to take her home and choking her until she was unconscious. Curry previously pled guilty to strangulation and felonious assault charges back in February. His rape and kidnapping charges were dismissed as part of his plea deal.
That is WHIO Sierra Lawson reporting. And 2 Ohio cities ranked in the bottom 10 for America's happiest cities, according to Fortune.
None of the top 10 cities are in Ohio, with number 1 being Fremont, California. However, 2 Ohio cities did rank in the bottom 10 of 182 cities. Toledo comes in as number 177, and Cleveland ranks last on the list as number 182.
That is WHIO's Benjamin Fritkiss. WHIO News Time, 5:49.
And this is Miami Valley's Morning News. I'm Larry Hansgen. Our 5-day extended forecast will help you make plans for the new week as we hear from Storm Center 7 meteorologist Brittany Ritz.
Starting off this morning in the 30s and 40s, winds have picked up speed, and that wind part of the reason why we get to warm up this afternoon. Plus, a little bit of sunshine that we do get. We'll call it mostly sunny to partly cloudy. 54, by the way, that's our normal high. 36 overnight and into tomorrow morning. 53 tomorrow afternoon. The front half of your day, you're dodging showers. Not a complete washout, but it's just a nuisance rain. 49 on Wednesday, gradually clearing out the skies. We'll call it partly cloudy on Thursday, back up near 60 and near 70 on Friday with increasing rain chances.
Live Doppler 7 radar, clear. We got 37 in Springfield, 38 in Riverside, and 38 at Dayton Severe Weather Station.
This traffic report is sponsored by Grismer Tire and Auto Service. Expert brake repair you can trust. Make sure you can stop when you need to the most. Get a little peace of mind by making an appointment today with your trusted brake repair experts at GrismerTire.com.
Here's an update with our traffic expert, Jake Magnotta.
Recently heard Beaver Creek Fire responding to a car fire, possibly 675 north near Route 35. Checking out cameras in the area. Not seeing a big traffic issue here, so 675 still not looking too bad for us. I'm Jake Magnotta.
Now, still to come on Miami Valley's Morning News, how do some of your favorite zoos rank nationally? And we might surprise you with that story in 2 minutes. WHIO News Time is 5:51.
This is Dayton's #1 news talk station. The superstars of conservative talk. Sean Hannity, Brian Kilmeade, Eric Erickson. Your weekday triple play. 1290 and 95.7 WHIO. Depend on it.
Hi, this is Larry Hansgen. It's amazing to consider all the things that are affected by the water quality in your home. Hair and skin, plumbing and appliances, laundry, and even the food you feed your family. I trust the water experts at Integrity Water Solutions, and you can too. They offer solutions to raise your water score so you can have the quality of water you want for your home and family. Visit Integrity Water Solutions at integritywtr.com and raise your water score.
Elevate your kitchen or bathroom with breathtaking countertops from Stone Center of Dayton. Explore our large indoor inventory of granite and quartz, and now featuring a large selection of quartzites. We're locally owned and operated and offer in-house design help. Visit us at stonecenterofdayton.com.
Is your family aware of what's to happen to you after your passing? Are your wishes for a traditional burial or cremation? How will everything be paid for? Woodland Historic Cemetery and Arboretum encourages you to pre-plan these details. Inflation is felt by all of us. Planning ahead prevents emotional overspending and protects your family's interests. Why choose Woodland? Because it's beautiful, timeless, and still available. Advanced planning is the best gift you could give to your loved ones. Visit woodlandcemetery.org to request more information on pre-planning.
Craving something freaking awesome? Indulge in a delicious 3-for-all. That's your choice of 2 sliders, crispy golden Brew City fries, and boneless frickin' chicken wings, all for just $12.99. Perfect for sharing or keep it all for yourself, no judgment. Enjoy a personal pitcher of ice-cold domestic draft for only $6.99. Enjoy all the games, Fricker's 3-for-all, and an ice-cold pitcher of domestic draft. Your neighborhood home for fun, food, sports, and spirits, Fricker's has it all. Dine in, carry out, or order online at frickers.com today.
As you may know, David's Cemetery is a beautiful cemetery in the heart of Kettering that offers many burial options. What you may not know is that we also have a beautiful chapel and an after-service facility called the Gathering Room. Our convenient location eliminates traveling from place to place because we can host everything from the visitation and memorial service to the committal and family gathering. Please call or stop by our office for a private tour. David's Cemetery, Generations of Care.
That is 7 minutes here ahead of 6 o'clock. I'm Jeremy Ratliff. A teacher from Perrysburg is on administrative leave after being accused of following a student's bus home to check if they completed their homework.
This happened at Hull Prairie Intermediate School Wednesday. Police say the family found the teacher standing at the door, saying he sometimes does this for students, and asked if he could follow the bus. You can find the school's statement on the matter on the district's website.
That is WHIO's Ian James. A crash involving at least 3 semi-trucks shut down parts of I-70 yesterday.
Crash shut down the right lane of I-70 westbound in Wayne County near mile marker 145. You can see 2 semis with serious front and rear damage, as well as a third semi that went off the road.
That is News Center 7's Taylor Robertson. 2 Ohio zoos ranked in the top 10 best zoos in the United States.
The Columbus Zoo and Aquarium and the Cincinnati Zoo and Botanical Gardens ranked in the top 10 best zoos in the United States by the USA Today 10 Best Readers' Choice Awards. The Columbus Zoo came in 3rd and the Cincinnati Zoo came in 5th.
That is WHIO's Rich Jones reporting. WHIO News Time, 5:55.
And this is Miami Valley's Morning News. I'm Larry Hanskin. Thanks again for joining us on this Monday morning. The Daily Mail says Lauren Kane of Redlands, California, makes bikinis and rugs out of dead cats and dogs. Kane, the owner of Precious Taxidermy, offers compassionate and creative services to grieving pet owners. She transforms pet tails into necklaces, dog fur into pillows, cat pelts into bikini tops. Kane challenges the perception of taxidermy as morbid, viewing it instead as a celebration of life. Quote, I take a lot of pride in approaching this work from a non-judgmental place. If someone has an idea that I hadn't even thought of or done before, I want to make it happen. Jeremy Ratliff, your initial reaction?
It's just a lot of wow. I mean, it's not one of those things I've ever... I mean, so many of these things we talk about in the morning, I feel like, we've already kind of put together somewhat of an opinion. But this takes, remembering your pet to a whole new level.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a big ick factor here for me. Mm-hmm. I mean, a big ick factor.
Yeah.
Will Taylor, would you, could you imagine one of your French bulldogs becoming something that you would wear?
No, I can't even think about what that would even look like, or I don't know. I don't know. Like, I always think about the people that have like the pet mouses that get them put into like little dioramas and dressed up as like cowboys and things, and that's still just a little odd. But to wear it, I just don't know. I think that's just a little too far out there for me.
And even there have been people that have had pets stuffed and mounted, and all that.
Yeah.
I can't even go that route. But this is, I tell you what, this is borderline really creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah. So we will shelve this. Not for future reference, but just to just to remind us, though, that there's different people out there, and I'm sure there's someone right now that this resonates with.
Yeah,
that they say, you know what, this is how I would love to be able to remember my beloved pet in some type of way.
Yeah,
but
not for me.
Not us.
Yeah, no. Well, not in this group this morning. Okay, 3 votes, all 3 thumbs down votes. Should point out. All right, our top story this morning is some good news that Pope Francis is at long last out of the hospital. We'll have more in our top story coming up. It's 5:58.
Since 1921, Dayton Foundation has helped thousands of people like you celebrate charitable legacies through donor-advised funds, scholarships, and more. To be the change you wish to see in the world, open a charitable giving fund today or through your estate plan. Visit DaytonFoundation.org or call the foundation at 937-222-0410 to talk directly with a staff member. The Dayton Foundation, where we help you help others. Let's go Flyers! Restore more with Ram Restoration, your trusted full-service solution for your home or business. Got water damage, fire damage, mold issues? Don't worry. We've got you covered with our 24/7 emergency response. Count on us to restore your property to tip-top shape. Visit RamRestorationUSA.com. Need a new roof or siding? Looking to add an addition? We also offer remodeling, roofing, construction, and plumbing services. Ram Restoration. Everything under one roof. Visit us today at RamRestorationUSA.com.
Hi, this is Larry Hanskin for Vandalia Blacktop and Seal Coating, celebrating 49 years serving Miami Valley businesses and homeowners. Using a modern fleet of equipment, their full-time employees are experts at all areas of asphalt projects, including excavation and grading, compaction, seal coating, and striping. Part of the curb appeal of your home is the driveway. The first impression of your business is the parking lot. Look to Vandalia Blacktop and Seal Coating for all your commercial and residential asphalt projects. Learn more online at VandaliaBlacktop.com.
WHIO, Dayton, Springfield. Celebrating our 90th year as the Miami Valley's leading news station. Weather, traffic, and breaking news starts now.
Good morning. It's 6 o'clock. I'm Larry Hanskin, and welcome to Miami Valley's Morning News. We are live on Monday, March 24th. We have 38 degrees in Dayton. Here are the big 3 things you need to know. Going to be mostly sunny and breezy today. Winds gusting up to 40 miles an hour and a high in the mid-50s. The Macy's at the Mall Fairfield Commons shuts down. And our top story.
Questa signora con I fiori gialli.
Pope Francis made his first public appearance in 5 weeks before leaving the hospital after treatment for severe pneumonia.
That's right, Larry. The 88-year-old gave a Sunday blessing from his 10th floor suite at a hospital in Rome before heading back to the Vatican. Fox's Stephanie Bennett reports.
Doctors say it's going to take time for him to regain full use of his voice, but he did speak briefly to thank a lady in the crowd who visited the hospital every day and had brought yellow flowers for him. Now, so far on his upcoming schedule next month in April, the Pope is set to meet with King Charles III and Queen Camilla and also host the Vatican's annual Easter celebrations, but of course, only if he is well enough.
Now, Vatican officials say he remains in good spirits and eager to resume his duties. Of course, you can stay tuned here for updates on this developing story here in the home of breaking news, 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
Well, it's officially spring, but it sure doesn't feel like it. However, our temperatures are at normal. I'm Storm Center 7 meteorologist Ridley Ritz telling you when the temperatures will return above normal here in your extended forecast.
I'm not seeing any accidents or delays on the freeway for your morning commute this hour. I'm Jake Magnotta with Dayton's most frequent traffic.
I'm Larry Hanskin. This is Miami Valley's Morning News.
And I'm Jeremy Ratliff. Well, a dead body was found near Montgomery County neighborhood Sunday morning. Montgomery County Sheriff's deputies called to Montevideo Drive around 8:30 a.m.
We also got this 911 call for help of someone in distress.
She flagged me down. I was driving away.
The caller said the woman kept referring to something happening in this wooded area.
I'm going to hang here till your guys show up.
We later found out this was upgraded to a dead body call by law enforcement.
That is News Center 7's Malik Patterson reporting. UD has started the demolition process of a 121-year-old building on campus.
Last week, the university began removing debris and asbestos from Chaminade Hall in preparation for its eventual demolition. The decision to demolish the 121-year-old building was made after the Chaminade Hall Select Committee reviewed previous planning efforts for the building and took the building's current condition into account.
That is WHIO's Rich Jones. A new measure here in the Buckeye State sure to grab local attention.
There's a bill headed to Governor DeWine's desk that would make the 1905 Wright Flyer 3 Ohio's first official airplane. Both the Ohio House and Senate have passed the bill. The Wright brothers built the plane here in Dayton. The Wright Flyer 3 ended up being their most successful invention.
That is News Center 7's Taylor Robertson. The Macy's, located at the Fairfield Commons Mall, had their last day yesterday.
Macy's announced they would be closing 66 store locations, the Beaver Creek location among them, in late 2024. According to their announcement, most of the 66 locations were set to close in the first quarter of 2025. The company is in the process of reorganization, set to be completed by 2026, with the end goal of keeping 350 locations total.
Yeah, that's WHIO's Will Taylor reporting. The Montgomery County Job and Family Services now on the road in order to help people get the benefits they qualify for.
The Job and Family Services is teaming up with the Sheriff's Office for the On the Move program. Their team is taking an RV stocked with supplies and paperwork, allowing them to sign residents up for benefits. The Job and Family Services location is originally located on Edwin C. Moses Boulevard in Dayton.
That is WHIO's Ian James reporting. The University of Dayton and Wright State will face off again on the baseball diamond this spring, and tickets are on sale now.
Flyers take on the Raiders at Day Air Ballpark Tuesday, April 29th. Gates will open at 6 p.m. and the first pitch is set for 7. Students from both schools will get in free. Tickets are $10 for everyone else.
That is WHIO's Ron Otto reporting. This will be the 5th straight year that the Flyers have played a game at Day Air Ballpark. The Ohio State football team, who of course won the 2024 NCAA football championships, will visit the White House next month. That's according to CBS.
Ohio State beat Notre Dame 34-23 2 months ago and claimed the college football playoff national title. CBS reports that the team is scheduled to meet with President Trump on April 14th.
That report from WHIO's Benjamin Fridkiss. And a winning Powerball ticket sold right here in the Miami Valley.
One person in Troy won $150,000 with 4 of 5 winning numbers, the Powerball and the Power Play multiplier from the Saturday night drawing. The winning ticket was sold at the Shell on East Staunton Road in Troy, though no one won the $444 million jackpot. The next drawing will be today with an estimated jackpot of $461 million.
That is WHIO's Christine Bellino reporting. WHIO News Time 6:05.
And this is Miami Valley's Morning News. I'm Larry Hansgen. Thanks again for joining us on this Monday. Well, the Dayton Flyers basketball season came to an end over the weekend. A second-round loss to Chattanooga in the NIT. And after the game, Coach Grant talked about addressing his team.
For these young men, like I told them, man, I love them. I want what's best for them. And hopefully they were able to gain something that helps them, as they move forward into whatever is next.
Yeah, the Flyers say farewell to 5 seniors, Nate Santos, Enoch Cheeks, Brady Yulzid, Kean Posh Alexander. A 6th senior, Malachi Smith, has the option of an additional year. Well, still to come, U.S. representatives heading to Greenland. But will they get a chilly reception? And I'm not talking about the weather. That story coming up in 2 minutes. WHIO News Time is 6:06.
WHIO's Brian Kilmeade here. I am coming to Dayton at the Victoria Theater Saturday, June 21st. Buy your tickets now at DaytonLive.org. Part of the WHIO 90th anniversary celebration. AM 1290 and 95.7 FM. Dayton's weather, traffic, and Fox News station.
Are you tired of dealing with the same health problems like headaches and back pain and still only utilizing a Band-Aid to cover up the symptoms? Then tune into Living the Full Life, where Dr. Juan explains how to get to the root cause of the problem and fix it. Saturdays from 9 to 10 a.m. on WHIO Radio.
Ladies and
and gentlemen, please welcome Brian Kilmeade.
Hi, everyone. WHIO's Brian Kilmeade here, and I am coming to Dayton, and I want to see you in person. So join me at the Victoria Theater for my show, History, Liberty, and Laughs.
I love a good Kilmeade joke, obviously, just as much as the next guy and woman.
Also with Fox Nation. I'll be there Saturday, June 21st. So buy your tickets now at DaytonLive.org.
My self-esteem is gone.
And you can upgrade your tickets for a VIP experience where we can meet before the show backstage and take some pictures.
You'll see the picture online. What was in the picture?
Join me, Brian Kilmeade, in Dayton, all part of the year-long WHIO 90th anniversary celebration. And did I mention I might bring a few of my friends to join me?
You never know who might show up. You open it for the big names, but when you close the book, you remember the other names. We're not America without those so-called average everyday Americans doing great things.
Buy your tickets now and tell them Brian sent you, only from WHIO, AM1290 and 95.7 FM. Dayton's weather, traffic, and Fox News station.
What is the WHIO Storm Center? It means when you hear these tones, you are just a few minutes away from emergency weather information. Weather is our #1 priority. The Storm Center 7 forecast is always on the radio. 1290 and 95.7 WHIO. And when News Center 7 is in wall-to-wall weather coverage mode, you'll always hear it simulcast on WHIO radio. That means you can take your radio to your safe spot and hear exactly what's happening with severe weather. When it comes to weather, we don't mess around. This is a Consumer Warrior Clark Howard Minute.
If you are approaching retirement or you have a family member who is, I need you to warn them because there are lots of people out there who might take advantage of you at the point that you retire from work. As an example, you may have over the years saved a fair amount of money in a 401k or something equivalent. And when you hit that point that you're looking at retirement, this is really important for you as an adult child to make sure you're warning your parents if they're approaching retirement, that there will be salespeople who come along and try to convince them that they have so much better things that they can put their money in than leaving it behind in the employer-provided 401k. But guess what? Most of the time, it's best to leave that money in that 401k than to move it out.
Clark is WHIO's Consumer Warrior, and you can hear him during Miami Valley's Morning News on WHIO. Information you need to start the day. Miami Valley's Morning News continues on WHIO.
Morning, I'm Larry Hanskin. Hang on to your hat today. Gusty day, winds anywhere from 40 to 45 miles per hour. Right now, 38 degrees at 6:09.
And that is 9 minutes here after 6 o'clock. I'm Jeremy Ratliff. And Larry, we just finished with rain over the weekend, and now we are bringing back another chance. Storm Center 7 meteorologist Brittany Ritz reports.
In fact, 2 more good chances of rain. The first one comes in Tuesday. This will be a lesser chance, but it's there on the front half of your day. So throughout the morning and into the afternoon, early afternoon, we've got a shot at showers. Don't expect much, 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch of rain there.
And for the second chance?
By Friday, now we really have our next system setting up, an area of low pressure that's well out to our west. In fact, it's not even on the coastline yet of the Pacific Northwest, but as it moves on, that area of low pressure develops. It pushes toward the Miami Valley, brings us rain chances Friday, but Saturday and Sunday will be our best chance of rain, especially at this point in time, late Sunday. Now, mind you, we're 7 days out, but we're looking from Friday to Sunday in the evening into Monday morning, picking up about an inch of rain.
And of course, stay tuned for forecast updates in the days ahead. A man is accused of stealing over 100 cases of Red Bull from Meijer.
This happened in Brunswick on March 20th, just before 4 p.m. Officers say they attempted to talk to 33-year-old Brent Robinson. He then ran away and was later located by K9. Reports say Robinson stole over $2,000 worth of Red Bull cases, as well as several gift cards.
That is WHIO's Ian James. Today, Governor Mike DeWine will be here in the Miami Valley at an elementary school in West Carrollton.
The governor will be visiting Schnell Elementary School. It's part of a new effort to recognize Ohio schools that are raising literacy achievement.
That is News Center 7's Taylor Robertson.
This is WHIO Continuing News.
People close to President Trump heading to Greenland this week. Fox's Jill Nato reports.
Vice President Vance's wife, Usha, is heading to Greenland this week. Her office says she'll be part of a delegation to visit historical sites, learn about Greenland's heritage, and attend Greenland's national dog sled race. Media outlets in Greenland and Denmark reported she'll be accompanied by Trump's national security advisor, Mike Waltz. President Trump has said many times that the U.S., not Denmark, should control Greenland for national security reasons.
All five parties in Greenland's parliament issuing a statement last week rejecting President Trump's remarks. WHIO News Time, 6:11.
And this is Miami Valley's Morning News. I'm Larry Hansgen. Let's look at our forecast now. Our 5-day extended outlook is sponsored by Enterprise Roofing. Enterprise Roofing has been repairing and replacing Dayton roofs for nearly 100 years. For a free assessment, visit enterpriserfg.com. Here's Storm Center 7 meteorologist Brittany Ritz.
54 this afternoon and windy. Some sunshine going a long way, getting us back up to normal. 36 overnight. Rain on the front half of your Tuesday. Don't expect much, just a few showers as we hit 53 that afternoon. Down to 32 for Wednesday morning and 49 degrees after that front passes by. It'll take a moment to clear out the skies, and we'll do so by Thursday, seeing some sunshine and switch the winds back to the south, getting us up to a whopping high of 59. By Friday, we'll increase the rain chances yet again, but hey, at least we're getting close to 70 degrees.
Our live Doppler 7 radar clear, and we've got 37 in Springfield, 38 in Trotwood, and 38 at Dayton Severe Weather Station.
This traffic report is sponsored by Grismer Tire and Auto Service. Refresh your ride with brand new tires at unbeatable prices. Plus, buy 4 new tires and get 4 free oil changes, an additional $300 value. Make an appointment today at GrismerTire.com.
An update with our traffic expert, Jake Magnotta.
Well, I have yet to see any areas where traffic is slow this morning. Looking at I-75 into Dayton, we are still easily making that 9-mile drive southbound from I-70 to US 35 in 9 minutes. I'm Jake Magnotta.
Following former Flyers in the NBA, Tamani Kamara had 19.7 rebounds, and the Blazers lost to the Celtics. And what will be the number one issue for voters in Canada's election? That story in 3 minutes. WHIO News Time is 6:13.
This is the Miami Valley's home for Fox News. WHIO.
Are you tired of dealing with the same health problems like headaches and back pain and still only utilizing a Band-Aid to cover up the symptoms? Then tune into Living the Full Life, where Dr. Juan explains how to get to the root cause of the problem and fix it. Saturdays from 9 to 10 a.m. on WHIO Radio.
Tune in to WHIO Radio for all your live UD Flyer basketball, sponsored in part by Premier Health. Premier Health is proud to be the official healthcare provider for UD Athletics. Learn more at premierhealth.com/UD.
The 50,000-watt giant of Miami Valley Radio. From Lima to Kentucky, Columbus to Indianapolis. The station that cares about every town in between. We love this region as much as you do. Covering weather, traffic, and news is still our number one priority. Nothing is more important as keeping radio local, in touch with the community, and relevant to you and your family. Welcome to the legendary 1290 and 95.7 WHIO. Depend on it.
At Kemba Financial Credit Union, we care about you. Consumers like you say they don't want monthly fees for checking, and we listen. Introducing hassle-free checking with no monthly service fee. Use it as an easy place to deposit and transfer your money, along with your everyday banking needs. Plus, Kemba's expansive digital banking services make it easy for you to bank how you want. At Kemba, we're always thinking of ways to put you and your finances first. Visit Kemba.org, federally insured by NCUA. Restrictions apply.
Paid spokesperson. Have you or someone you loved developed a brain tumor or spinal cord tumor after using Depo-Provera birth control injections? You may be entitled to compensation. Studies have linked Depo-Provera to potentially dangerous tumors called meningioma. These tumors can cause serious complications and even death. Thomas J. Henry can help you file your Depo-Provera injury or death claim. Even if you stopped using Depo-Provera years ago, you may still have a case. Don't wait. Time to file your claim may be limited. For over 30 years, Thomas J. Henry has helped victims seek justice and the compensation they deserve. Call Thomas J. Henry now at 800-885-0088. For your free consultation, your call is confidential. Attorneys are available 24/7, nights and weekends. That's 800-885-0088. Thomas J. Henry, San Antonio, Texas.
To Together with the resources of News Center 7, you're on Dayton's #1 news team. Now, back to Miami Valley's morning news on WHIO.
It's 6:16. I'm Larry Hansgen. 38 degrees in Dayton. Big three things you need to know. Going to be mostly sunny and breezy today. Winds gusting up to 40 miles an hour and a high in the mid-50s. A body found near a baseball field in Harrison Township. And our top story, Pope Francis out of the hospital.
Yeah, Pope making his first public appearance in 5 weeks. Did so after leaving the hospital after treatment for severe pneumonia. He gave a Sunday blessing from his 10th floor suite at the hospital there in Rome before heading back to the Vatican. Now, he faces at least 2 months of rest and rehab, but his doctor says he should fully recover if his steady progress continues. Vatican officials say he remains in good spirits and is eager to resume his duties. A former Yellow Springs doctor accused of sexually abusing patients avoids jail time.
44-year-old Donald Gronbeck is sentenced to 5 years community control after pleading no contest to several counts, including gross patient neglect and attempted patient abuse. Prosecutors say a total